Grand rising and shining, radiant souls. Today's daily card is the Mary Magdalene Oracle by Megan Watterson. And today, it's presence. I exist intensely. Scholars believe that Christ spoke Aramaic, among other languages. And the Aramaic word for death translates as existing elsewhere. This translation implies that when the body ceases to function, the essence of who we are, this presence of love within us, still exists, just mysteriously elsewhere. Death, then, is not an end, but an irrevocable transition, a transformation from being present in the body, behind our eyes, to being present in a place that's ultimately unknowable to the living. This translation of death also allows us to understand the way that the egoic self can cause a form of death by forcing us to exist elsewhere at different points throughout our lifetime. The strength in the 7 powers that Mary Magdalene names in her gospel is that they compel us to exist either in the past, painfully regretting or longing for what was, or casting our presence into the future, clinging to what might be. So many of us live like this, ransoming our present joy until we reach some distant point when we have what we think we want. The 7 powers of the ego take us from the present moment. And the only place that we can actually create change in our lives is when we have the courage to just be with the presence of the love right here within. So every time we return from the death of existing elsewhere, in the past or in the future, we're coming back to life. All it takes to be present again. All it takes to come back to this body, to this one ferociously precious life, to this potent moment, is 3 breaths. And this is both the easiest and hardest part about being human, because it takes becoming aware that we are no longer present, and that's the arduous part. It takes waking up again and again, fighting for our capacity to be here, to exist intensely. And for those of us with histories of trauma, the work is even more intense, and the return is even more triumphant. The Soul Voice Meditation question: what can I let go of to exist intensely in the present moment? Coming back to the present moment can be easy and difficult. And it does say on the card, she doesn't state this in the reading, it says on the card, I call myself back from all times and all places. And what a simple prayer for when we are thinking about the past or spending too much time thinking about the future. We can bring ourselves back. We can call back all of ourselves back to this present moment within our heart. And we are constantly having to do this over and over again because we're human and this is life. We are shown so many distractions these days, even more so than maybe we were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. And so the importance of one thing that I feel Mary Magdalene is always speaking of in her gospel and in her words, it's always coming back to the heart, coming back within, coming back to exist intensely. in the present moment. Thank you so much for always connecting in and joining me. I so appreciate you guys watching and connecting in. And just know that I'm always sending you peace, love, and soul.